Hi, I'm Anastasia, a fashion designer with over 20 years of experience and a sewing educator. And I'm really excited you're here to share another sewing adventure with me today. Welcome to Sewing Anastasia. Today we are going to upcycle 2 pairs of pants into 1 pair of pants. This project is a part of Upcycling September. I'm creating 30 upcycles in 30 days. Do you believe it? It's pretty crazy, but it's going awesome and I'm loving this sewing adventure. If you want to see all of the upcycles, make sure you hop on over to Sewing Anastasia on Instagram and follow the stories, the reels, and the posts so that way you can see all of the upcycles. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting out 2 YouTube videos every single week with 2 upcycles. And make sure you follow the hashtag Upcycling September so you don't miss a moment of sewing fun. And I would love to see your upcycles, so make sure you tag your upcycles, Upcycling September, so that way I can check them out, repost them, and right after I'm finished with all 30 upcycles, I'm going to be choosing a random winner to win free virtual sewing lessons with me so we can sew together and you can ask all the sewing questions you've ever dreamed of asking me. So make sure you tag all of your projects Upcycling September. If you're not already a subscriber to Sewing Anastasia, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for following me on all of my sewing adventures. Also, I'm now teaching sewing classes in my design studio here in Chicago, so make sure you check out the website sewinganastasia.com and sign up for one of my classes. Today we're going to take 2 pairs of pants and make it into 1. We're going to make pants that have 1 purple leg and 1 teal leg, but that's not all. We're also going to cut open the sides and we're going to grommet and lace up the sides. These pants are going to be so awesome. Well, I hope so. The first thing we need to do is split these pairs of pants apart so we can have 1 purple leg and 1 teal leg. So grab your seam ripper and let's start ripping. So we're going to seam rip the entire crotch seam all the way to the back so that way we can really separate these, and we want to seam rip it and not use scissors because we still want that fabric there so that way we can sew them back together. So just carefully work your way through your edge stitches and your top stitches. You're going to have lots of stitches holding your jeans together. So be patient and just keep seam ripping. So right now I'm removing the bar tack at the bottom of the zipper, and now I'm going to need to remove the zipper. We are so close to having these pants apart. The trick to removing the zipper is unstitching every single stitch that you see. And there are a lot of stitches in here. So just take your time and remove all the stitches. Woohoo, we did it! Now we have 2 purple separate pant legs, and we need to do the exact same thing to the teal pair. I have never ripped a pair of pants apart like this before. You witnessed my very first experience of this. Oh my god, you guys, we have 2 different pant legs and we are about to sew these together and, well, look like a complete crazy person, but it's going to be awesome and we're gonna make it fashionable. Next, what we need to do is go back and sew together these spots that got seam ripped open so that way we can get that other pant leg out. So you're gonna have 1 in the crotch, you're gonna have 1 at center back seam, and we can pull this tab off. That popped right off, that was easy. And then we also wanna go ahead and just sew this back up at the front waist too. So once those are all sewn up, we're gonna go in and we are gonna merge these 2 together. So that way we end up with 1 pair of pants, but 2 different colors. Okay, so we're just going to top stitch and edge stitch and sew this down nice and flat. And I'm gonna do that to all the other spots that I mentioned. Now we have both of the pant legs sewn up in all 3 of those little spots that got ripped open when we were taking the pant legs apart. And now we can make this 1 pair of pants. We're gonna put right sides together and sew up the U shape on the pants. So here's the trick to doing this. I've taken my pants and put one inside of the other one, and I've made sure that my right sides are together. Now what I need to do is line up the bottom of the crotch seam and line up my waistbands. And now we're gonna start at the top of the waistband and go all the way around this U shape up to the top. And then we can pull them right sides out. So I have right sides together and I have all my seams nice and flat. I'm gonna line up the top of these waistbands and I'm going to be sewing, looks like 5/8 of an inch seam allowance on this. Now that we have the U sewn up, let's turn it right side out and check it out. Oh man, we've got some pants that have 2 different legs. How cool is this? You're probably wondering, where did the zipper go and how am I gonna get into these pants? Well, we are gonna put grommets up the sides and lace them up, so we don't need a zipper in the front for this. I felt like the zipper in the front plus the grommets and the ties on the sides was a little bit overkill. So I've removed the zipper and we've just sewn it flat straight up the front. Next, we need to seam rip open the side seams on the pants. So grab your seam ripper and let's get busy. Okay, so let's just start seam ripping open the side seam. 1 stitch, now we have another stitch inside of here. Now that we have 1 pant leg open, it's time to do the exact same thing to the other side. We now have both legs fully ripped open, and we are ready to make these awesome. The first thing we're gonna do is iron them flat, and then we're gonna go ahead and serge the edges to give them a nice clean finish. So let's head over to the iron and then the serger. Have everything nice and ironed flat, and now it's time to serge the edges so that way we can clean it up. I'm also gonna serge the U shape of the pants so that way it has a nice clean finish. Now I have the inside of the pants all serged up and it's looking nice with a clean finish. Next, you're going to need to cut some strips of interfacing so that way you can reinforce the side seams where we're going to be putting the grommets. So let's check out the pants and I'm going to explain exactly what I'm going to do. So right now I have the wrong side of the pants face up. So we're going to place the strip of interfacing right on the side seam that we opened. And then after we iron that down, we're going to be folding over the pants about 1 inch, and then we're going to stitch down the side of the pants all the way down the pant leg. And then when we flip it out to the right side, we're gonna put little grommets all the way down the side seams. And we are gonna do that for all 4 sides because when we opened up the sides of the pants, we got 2 sides on each leg. So we gotta do this process 4 times. So let's go do it. I have the interfacing all ironed onto the inside of my pants, and now I'm going to be folding it towards the inside 1 inch and then top stitching it down. We're going to top stitch all the way up the side of the pant. Don't forget to back stitch. Back stitch at the end and cut. We have that all finished up. It's looking great. This here's the outside, and then on the inside we have it flipped over and stitched down. Now make sure you do that to the other 3 sides of your pants, and then we'll be all ready to grommet them up. Now that we have the sides of the pant legs sewn over, it is time to put the grommets in. So grab your hole punching tool and your grommet crimper and some grommets, and let's do it. To mark my grommets, I measured 1 inch from the hem up and put a dot, and then I marked every 2 inches. So take the medieval hole punching tool and punch a hole in your fabric first. So squeeze it real hard, and then it should punch out a little bit of fabric, or it's not going to. And you gotta squeeze even harder. There we go, snap, it did it, check that out. And now we wanna make sure the round part of the grommet is on the outside. Push it all the way through the layers of your denim. So it should be in the back. Make sure all the fabric's out of the way. And now we want to take the little pointy tool, the little pointy part of the eyelet crimper, and push it into place and squeeze, and then it crimps around the back, and then we have an eyelet on the front. Now let's do that 100 more times, and then we're done and we're ready to get laced up into some pants. I did it! I put grommets down both legs of the pants. I even used colored grommets to give it a little bit more style. We are finally on the last step. Now we're going to lace up the sides and try them on. They're all laced up and I am ready to try them on. These turned out pretty awesome. They're so 80s punk rock. I'm so excited to try these on. I did it! Check out these pants. I am loving the lacing. I love these colors so much. And I mean, my underwear even matches. How did I do that today? Who knows? Check out the other side. We've got purple. I feel like I'm channeling Gem in the holograms here in these pants. They are definitely outrageous. It really goes along with the rest of the Upcycle collection for this week too. All of those crazy 80s dresses and jackets that I transformed. So I'm super excited to mix and match these into that collection and do a final fashion show for you guys later this week. Thanks so much for watching Sew Anastasia today. If you have any questions or comments about making these crazy pants, leave them down below and I will get back with you as soon as I can. And if you love the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it some applause, and don't forget to tag your upcycles this month, Upcycling September. And don't forget, if you want to see all 30 upcycles, you have to follow me on Instagram at Sew Anastasia. Everything's going to be posted in the stories, the reels, and in post. So make sure you check it out and tag your upcycles. And make sure you follow me on all those other social media channels so that way we can stay connected and creative together. And don't forget, I'm now teaching sewing classes in my design studio in Chicago. So make sure you sign up and check it out at sewanastasia.com. And if you're not already a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you know when all the new videos come out. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and following me on my sewing adventures. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!